CSS battle time. Let's make this happen. Okay. Well, the best way I know of making a grid like this is a conic gradient. But we have these spots that are not done. I wonder if there's a way to build that in. We'll probably just have to mask it with something over top. Yeah, so if this was the HTML with the border and border radius, then this could be the body. And then we have a paragraph tag in here that we just box shadow. Okay. If I can pull that off, that'll be good. The downside is if the background on the body bubbles up to the HTML and such. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Alright. Let's hit an and because we don't want shared styles. We are going to say border. Yeah, let's do border. No dash border. We're gonna go 5M. Do we want 5M? I'm just trying to think. I need a big enough border, but to fill the screen, and I can use negative margin. But we really only need like 2M, I think, and that'll be enough. No. 56. So it's more like 3 or 4. Yeah, let's do 4M. I'm going to use font to eliminate it in... Oh no, I'm not sharing styles, so I don't need to eliminate it. It's still pretty good. Okay. Solid and green. Alright. We're not in bad shape, actually, right there. We'll use some negative margin to shape it. Let's go ahead and do that before we do border radius. Margin. Oops. Margin. It's going to be negative 50, 30, 40. Seems about right. 0, 5. Close enough for union work. Okay, border radius. 1M. Ooh, we're not getting a border radius. We're not getting a border radius because we're using border. Border radius is probably being applied. No, it should be applied to the inside of the border too, right? There it is. Okay. It's just so big, we weren't seeing it. We needed a bigger unit. Okay, not 1 inch. Strange. Alright. Let's do 20%. I think percentage would give me the finest grain. 8? 9? Okay. Yeah, that's not looking great. Alright, let's jump this border up. Okay. That's actually looking better right there. Oops, not 51, 15, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that looks better. Let's, maybe I should have done box shadow because okay. Okay, 100 pixels is working. Good. That's what I'm gonna have to eliminate No, I'm not sharing styles. That's right. Okay. Let's just see what happens when I put a background on the body. Yeah, that's what I thought. Watch, let's turn off the diff. Everything's gonna be green. Let's hit the margin. Yeah, nothing's changing. But if we put a border on this, 2 pixels solid red. Yeah, we can see we can move it around with the margin. It's smaller than where the HTML was, right? But because we put a background in this and we don't have a background on the HTML element, it just bubbles up and everything becomes green. Since that's the case, I was hoping to save having to do this background at all because default is this pure white. I need to figure out how to get around that. I'm sure someone has a solution other than putting a background on the HTML element itself. Alright. Well, let's just take that. It's gonna go up here. And then this stuff can go away. And then body ends up becoming that white color. Which is disappointing. And then this is where I don't want shared styles to pass down, so I need to do something like the direct descendant combinator. And that should isolate it from the p tag I have to put in. Margin it down. It's looking like a better diff anyways, so this might be the way to do it. Yeah. What do you want? A better border radius is going to be much simpler too. No, what am I doing? There we go. Let's leave the 2.5. 1.25 in. That's 20 pixels. Let's see. 20 pixels? Yeah. I'm going to do the M for the moment. Actually, let's leave it 20 pixels. Slightly fewer, one less character than 1.25 M. And if my selectors work properly, we won't have an issue here. Okay. Background again. Conic gradient. And we're going to do green for 75%. Right? And then we'll do shorthand for that color and a 0. So go hit the diff. The p tag is going to need some height and width. I think we can just do padding. Say turn off caps lock. Let's go 50. Okay, yeah. Margin. Let's. Oh man, I hate margin collapse. I really hate margin collapse. Such a pain. If I'd done this with the HTML and the body, I wouldn't have this issue because they don't collapse. Position fixed. Okay, instead of margin. Oops, not V. Okay, good. All right, all right. We can maneuver it that way, and that'll be just fine. 60. Stretching full width. So we still have to put margin in. I mean, technically, I could put padding in here, and then I can just do margin here instead of translate. So we could do, I mean, I never, what was it, 60 pixels? So 60 pixels, 20 on the side, and then, and I can get rid of those pixel values there, and like 20 on the bottom, right? There we go. And get rid of this. Our margin collapse is out of the way. Okay, that is okay. So we need 30 on the sides. There we go. And yeah. And we can get rid of those values. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't mind this. Let's jump this up. Nope. 80 is good. Too much. 100, 60, 70, 80. Okay. Now let's size our conic gradient. That's all that needs to happen. So let's do a no repeat. This, I learned that from Joe Crawford, actually. I do watch his videos. He does this too. And he's got some cool skills with, well, with a bunch of different things. So it's fun to see how he solves the puzzle. How do I want to do this? But he, it was his solution where I saw how he did the no repeat first, got the first part of the conic gradient like set up, and then it just worked once you take the no repeat off. So it makes it a lot easier. Let's see, I need it to be, it's going to be like from 100 to 150, so like 50 pixels across, right? Okay, good. And then it's gonna be probably like 50 pixels tall, and then we need to position it okay, there's our square. It needs to actually be smaller than that, or bigger. Will this work? Oh, I see. I know what I need to do. Oh, that's positioning it. I need to put that back to 0, and we need to do the at right here. Let's just start. 30, 40. And then this one we will do like 10. Okay, stepped it over. We'll move it up when I'm good and ready. Because if we look, we just have this little box that we're working with right here. It's not repeating. This is our whole gradient at the moment. Okay. That's not quite right. We need it to be actually 60 the other way. There we go. And then nope. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. What am I doing? I need okay, So I need... No. I need my position. That's right. 50. Weird. It is not moving how I expect it to. Okay. Take a beat. It's... Oh, it's sized. That's what my problem is. My positioning here. Okay. There we go. That's where it is. So you need to... This first one, let's say this is where you position your gradient inside of the element, right? And this one is where you position the 0 point of your gradient. So that's what I had wrong. I didn't have another value there, and I was trying to move it around with these, and this is the size, and this is the 0 point of the gradient. I was doing it all wrong. Okay, so the 50-50 is probably just fine. 40-40 is not quite right. Let's do 30. 30. No. Something like that. Let's jump it down. When we tile it, it doesn't really matter where it lands. It'll all repeat around. It should repeat around just about right. There we are. Okay, and I need to size it a bit smaller. Push it over. No. And then it's going to be 30. That one's right. That one's right. Oh, wrapping my head around this. That's good. I need to shift it down. This is why you name your values in CSS, so that you don't do this. Why is this being so difficult? 29 pixels. Okay, let's turn off the no repeat. Just see what we get. Okay. All right. So we get our grid. I think we can work with this. I think we'll be okay. Is it sizing? Yeah, it is sizing. It's sizing. Doesn't need to be 50. Okay, good. Now, like, since we're getting a symmetrical, like, difference, now it's just positioning. Okay, well, I didn't do too great with that. But we got there in the end. It's a little weird, but we got there in the end. Okay. Yeah. Let's do another p tag. Will this turn up? See, this is mostly the green color. So we can do a lot with this. We are going to overwrite padding. Right? Still overflowing. See what if negative margin can move this into. Let's go background. red, just so we can see exactly where we're moving. Trying to avoid, okay, good. 100. Yeah, why not? And if we up the padding, will that change it? There we go, perfect. And if we take that off, what does it look like? Has that square right there. So what values, because we could use font and then font-based values on one of these to adjust it. Like if I changed the 50 pixels to M and just made it a much bigger gradient, odds are we wouldn't see the white at all. Same with the positioning, but I don't want to do whatever fraction 29 pixels is. And then positioning here is another way we could do it, but I think the size is the one we want to change. So 50, 16, 48. Oh, that's not good. 1/8. So it's like 3.125. Double checking. 3.125. Yep. Which dimension? Maybe I could just change one. Because you look, 50 pixels, 3.125 M. It's 4, and that's 6. So I don't really want to change both. But we go font to M. We put in our faux font style, and yeah, that fixes it. Because it just makes, what we're doing is we're doubling the size of the gradient, and because it's mostly green, that white square just disappears for the size of our little p tag here. So let's go shoot. Let's see, move it to the right. That means I need less right margin. So let's write our bottom, and then, okay. And then 150. Okay. There we go. Shadow. I gotta do the whole thing. So -100. Let's say this doesn't have to be precise, so let's use smaller units, right? Hey, that's not too shabby. Let's go 4, 3. I don't want to use. All right, 2" percent's not working. I just don't want to use 3 characters for pixels, you know? What else do we got? What else do we have unit-wise? It'll be, I don't want to use decimals. Oh, VW. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. And there we go. Give it our color. And it's in. Wow, that was, I struggled. I think I got 4.5 hours of sleep last night. 99.5. Okay, what did I mess up? I think this top. No? Don't do that to me. Okay. Okay. Crisis averted. My goodness. This is a little bit of a mess. I'm not gonna lie. When my first plan didn't work, adjusting. I mean, I was always gonna do the conic gradient, but it's not as smooth as I'd hoped. I don't want to do like one p tag and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 box shadows to get the little white squares in. Who knows? It might have been better that way. I don't know. I'll see what you guys did. 274. Yeah, that seems excessive for what this is. Could have done better. I have 3 backgrounds in. I could replace those with variables and save a couple of characters. Right? It's where you, it's 9 characters to set up a variable. But you get to cut off a bunch on the background. Where's our other background? I should have done find and replace. Hold on. That's broken now. Is it because I have... What did I do? Alright, let's hit... Okay, I broke it here. Var B. It's because I'm not cascading anything. I think it's because I'm not cascading anything. That's why it's not working. Yeah, it has to be nested to be able to reassign it. And, well, bummer. And even though I do have them nested, because I have these compound selectors, no, I think that's what's happening. So it's not accepting the reassignment of the variable. It should work, I thought. But it clearly doesn't. So, you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to fight it. That is for smarter the people than I. Oh well. I'm gonna leave it. I got other stuff to go do. I gotta go fold some laundry. Alright, I hope you're having a good time. Have a good weekend. I hope you're doing well in the ongoing battle. There's some interesting ones. It's a lot of fun. Alright, bye.